Agriculture is the backbone of the livelihood security system of nearly 700 million people in the country, and we need to build our food security on the foundation of homegrown food. C. Technology can advance yield and productivity, but only public policy can advance the income of farmers. There has to be a synergy between technology and public policy. Training of farmers in integrated pest management is exceedingly important to protect them during the use of pesticides. Contract farming can be promoted if it is structured on the basis of a win-win situation both for the producer and the purchaser. The future of food security will depend on a combination of the ecological prudence of the past and the technological advances of today. When politicians talk of loan waiver, they are accepting that agriculture is not economically viable. They are giving a wrong signal that farming is not economically viable. It's true. That's where the loan waiver comes in. In India, unlike in the United States and Australia, agriculture is not just a food-producing enterprise but also the backbone of the livelihood security of nearly 60% of the population. Organic farming and other earlier methods can be effective, provided they can help us improve soil health and plant health. Plant pesticides like neem and tobacco need to be promoted. In spite of the dominant role played by women in both farming, they are denied credit as they lack land titles. Only a small percentage of Kizan credit cards goes to them. All kinds of excuses have been given by governments for not implementing this recommendation, like food price inflation. But the question is, do the farmers of this country, who constitute nearly half of the working population, also not need to eat? Green revolution technologies are scale neutral but not resource neutral. Inputs are needed for output. Therefore, market purchased inputs become important in providing soil and plant health care for higher yields. Wireless technology has completely revolutionized information transmission and exchange in India. If you go in the coastal areas, small-scale fishermen who go out in small boats, they now carry a cell phone, which has GPS data on wave heights, where the fish are, etc. Farmers, young and old, educated and uneducated, have easily taken to the new agronomy. It has been heartwarming to see young college graduates, retired officials, ex-armymen, illiterate peasants and small farmers queuing up to get the new seeds. There are two major challenges before Indian agriculture today: ecological and economical. The conservation of our basic agricultural assets such as land, water, and biodiversity is a major challenge. How to make agriculture sustainable is the challenge. Land is becoming a diminishing resource for agriculture, in spite of a growing understanding that the future of food security will depend upon the sustainable management of land resources as well as the conservation of prime farmland for agriculture. Micronutrient deficiency in the soil results in micronutrient malnutrition in people, since crops grown on such soils tend to be deficient in the nutrients needed to fight hidden hunger. The Green Revolution was criticized by social activists on the ground that the high-yield technology involving the use of mineral fertilizers and chemical pesticides is environmentally harmful. The Rain-Kum Solar Energy Center functioning in Chennai as a source of credible public information on rainwater harvesting and solar energy use. Such centers need to be replicated in all our cities, towns and block headquarters. Without the wholehearted involvement of farmers, particularly of young as well as women farmers, it will be impossible to implement a Food Entitlements Act in an era of increasing price volatility in the international market. After the Green Revolution, I came up with the concept of the Evergreen Revolution. In this we will see increase in farm productivity but without ecological harm. Land tenure is key to protecting land rights. The central and state governments should have accessible systems for registering, tracking and protecting land rights, including customary rights and common property resources. The more powerful a technology, greater care should be used to benefit from it. India should not be left behind the world. From the past revolution of nuclear technology, we saw how it could destruct and at the same time were useful for medical science. I was chairman of the steering committee for agriculture when we set up the target of 4% growth rate. I had written that if you want to achieve 4% growth rate in agriculture, you should have 8% growth in animal husbandry and fisheries and 8% in horticulture. In any case, if I grow hybrid maize or hybrid pearl mallet or any hybrid, I have to sow fresh seed every year. I cannot keep the seed of the same plant. If I keep the seed of the same plant, yield will be much less and there will be a wide variation in the field, like maturity period, quality and so on. Waiver of farm loans is not an ideal solution. To ensure that the situation is not repeated, the government should focus on creating a robust system to extend the necessary ingredients of farming such as water harvesting systems, seed and fertilizer supplements. You can classify farmers into two major groups. One who saves seeds for the next crop and the other who purchases seeds from the market. Most of the commercial farmers, like the US farmers, are people who purchase seeds. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.